Welcome to SFL Pre-Game Live along with Mike St. Green. I am Cameron Irvine. Week 5 is upon us. Mike, we've got some great action, but first of all, how are you? You're a Houston resident. A lot has been going on in Texas this week. Prayers to you. How are you doing today, Mike?
Surrounding areas and all over the state of Texas, but we survived down here, and we're here for another great day of simulation football.
Yes, we are. We made it to the weekend after it looked a little spotty there for a little while, but now we've got football, and it comes your way next. Mike, on the docket today, Vancouver, LA to start, St. Louis and DC on the SFL's Twitch channel in full. We'll be looking at that game all evening long. How do you see this slate?
Oh, yeah, this slate is going to be explosive. I mean, explosive offenses all over the place. Vancouver, led by Tom Pepper, who leads the league in passing yards as well as touchdown passes with 11. And Sully Richardson on the other side of the ball with Los Angeles, he's second in touchdown passes with 10. So nothing but explosion all over this game today. Going to look for a high-scoring battle here in Los Angeles. Second game, St. Louis. Undefeated St. Louis going into winless DC. Both of these teams want to win with defense, but St. Louis has been getting things going on offense as well. So, hey, look for St. Louis DC to be a great game also.
That St. Louis DC kickoff about 7:05 Eastern coming up a little bit later in the block. Atlanta Jacksonville will get it going under the lights a little while later. For now, Mike and I will see you back at the half. We'll have live game updates from that St. Louis DC game once it kicks off. And in 2 minutes, LA hosts Vancouver. 2 3-1 teams come your way next. This is the SFL on 11 Sports.
Eleven Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to sunny Los Angeles, California. We are at Full Moon Coliseum for a Week 5 matchup as the Los Angeles Lycans host the Vancouver Legion. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. on stats is the king of the crawfish, Gerald Smith. Our producer is SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Matt, how you doing tonight?
Good. I'm glad you remembered I'm a Hall of Famer for once. Last week
Absolutely. I'll never let that slip again. Matt, tonight's game features the top 2 scoring offenses in the league so far in Season 16. Both of them were undefeated coming into Week 4, and both of them lost on the road, falling to 3-1. For one of these teams, Matt, they bounced back tonight and put win number 4 in the books. For the other, the slide will continue, and they'll fall to 3-2. It's easy for a team to maintain their confidence following a loss by following it up with a win the next week, but losing 2 in a row can change the whole outlook on the season for a team. Each of these teams will be fighting hard for a win. What are their keys to victory, Matt?
Yeah, Mike, both these teams took their first loss last week. However, it's a great Patrick Ness once said, it's not how we fall, it's how we can get back up again. Vancouver is maintaining a balanced offense. Robert Redford only had 75 yards total offense last week. He needs to be more involved. For LA, Sully Richardson in the passing game needs to be more productive. He only had 151 yards passing last week, Mike. That's not going to get it done in the SFL. Which team will get back on track, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt. Well, we will head down to the field and get this one started. See which one of these teams can get back into the win column. Los Angeles will be kicking the ball off. Vancouver set back to receive. They will get things going here for us in Los Angeles tonight. The number 1 scoring offense in the league will take the field first. Following this kick return taken back from the 1-yard line. Brought up to the 24, and that is where Tom Pepper will lead his offense out onto the field for the Legion. Quarterback Tom Pepper is joined by halfback Robert Redford, the wide receivers Brett Killian, Kendra Hall, and Andy Hamilton, the tight ends James Walters and Dan Daly, 2 key offensive linemen to watch out for, Matt, Michael Percoco, and Mike Newtones. 4 wide receiver set to get things started in this one. Short drop, quick pass by Tom Pepper. Kendra Hall with the catch, and they'll spot her with enough for a first down, Matt. Vancouver, 35.3 points per game, and Los Angeles, 33.0 points per game. Number 1 and number 2 in the league. Should be an exciting one.
Knock on, plastic. That's all I got. Right. Hopefully it's almost as good as wood.
It should be, Matt. It should be. You should be okay. Tom Pepper under center here on first down and 10. Hands the ball off, and nice move by Robert Redford, getting up to the 39-yard line. It'll be a second down and 6. The starting defense for the Los Angeles Lycans, the defensive line, Mar Rivers, Andre Krim, Raymond Jones III, and Forrest Stark. The linebackers, Danny Stinson, Jack Hacksaw, and Buddy Blaze. The secondary, Mike Scott, Thomasina Rahman, Thomas Rahman Jr., Rochelle Colston, Peanut Say, and Robert Yosef. Pass is complete to Kendra Hall once again, spinning her way up to the first down marker right about midfield.
Nice conservative, easy passing game, and getting Redford involved early. I like that. No big chances, Vancouver. Yeah, they haven't taken many deep shots, and it looks like they're not going to yet either.
Split backs now in the backfield. Pepper will throw, has time, finds a wide open target, and picked off. The tip drill, Matt, it went right out of James Walters' hands, picked off and taken away by Thomas Rahman Jr.
Thomas Rahman Jr. and then LA's biggest win of the season. They had 6 picks, so this secondary is nothing to be messed with, and that's a tough break for Vancouver.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And that was one of the things we're going to talk about during this broadcast is, turnovers have been something that these defenses have been good at. Last week in their losses, combined between the 2 teams, only 1 interception. That's not going to be enough to get it done in this one. And we saw an early pick and now a quick and easy-looking first down. Sully Richardson connecting with Davius Reed up to the Vancouver 45. And, Matt, just like that, they're in Vancouver territory.
Yeah, again, Richardson needs to be more involved. Robert Johnson almost had as many yards rushing as Richardson had passing last week. Again, that's not going to get it done, especially against this Vancouver team.
4 wide on the field now. Richardson under center. Back to pass. Out route,
Oh,
and
no.
that one is caught. Oh, I thought that could have been taken the other way, Matt. So the starting offense for the Los Angeles Lycans, quarterback Sully Richardson, the halfback Robert Johnson, the wide receivers Davius Reed, LZ Pryor, and Chris Lee. The tight end is Jack Flash.
Does he
Second
jump?
down and 7.
We'll find out in the end zone, maybe, perhaps.
Robert Johnson takes the handoff straight up the gut. Will go for 2. And Matt, for through 4 games, top 9 ranks in yards, average, and touchdowns for Robert Johnson. Would be the first in franchise history to finish the season in the top 9 in all 3 categories. If he can pull that one off, he's on pace for that franchise best. 3 wide receiver look on 3rd down.
Watch the slot receiver at the bottom.
Quick pass over the middle, wide open and complete. Getting up to the 27-yard line, converting on 3rd down. The pass is caught by Chris Lee.
And a nice post route. Lee is uncovered and just runs post, gets to the middle of the zone, and a nice completion. I hate uncovered receivers I'm sure you do too as a defensive coach. That's where you want to look as you're a quarterback. How quickly can I throw it to the guy that's really uncovered?
Flipbacks now in the backfield on 1st down. Short drop for Richardson. Throws and caught. Running the post route up to the 15-yard line. Once again, Davius Reed with the catch. Moving the chains. And Matt, so far Los Angeles seems to be moving the ball with ease.
Well, that was almost an instant replay of the last play. It just went to Reed instead on a deeper post route. And now you can fire up Johnson here and try to see how much closer you can get. Or the top of the screen's wide open for an out, or the bottom. Take your pick.
Both playing about 10 yards off. Instead, he'll check it down to Johnson in the backfield. Gets only back to the line. Wrapped up and tackled. 2nd down and 10. The starting defense for the Vancouver Legion, the defensive line, Achilles Papatonis, Mike Coverson, and Gerald Giudice. The linebackers, Kevin Brackett and Josh Farnsey. The secondaries, Kyler Murray, Ashley Rose Finch, Dean Maddox, Major Key, Mark Lopez, and Nate Hall. 2nd down, short drop, throws into traffic, caught, breaking the tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lycans.
Well, there's Jack Flash.
There he is.
Flashing into the end zone. He didn't jump, but he sure as heck broke a tackle. That's an incredible play, Mike. Let's take a look. Flash on the outside, runs another post, gets bumped by 2 defenders, just whips the guy to the ground and say, nope, my end zone.
Touchdown number 4 on the season for Jack Flash, tied for number 6 in the league with 3 coming into the week. Gets one on the board early for the hometown LA Lycans.
LA looked very impressive on that drive, Mike, especially through the air.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. 7-play, 59-yard drive ending in a 15-yard touchdown pass with a little help from Jack Flash getting the extra 5, blasting through the defender. LA now on the board 7-0 over the Vancouver Legion. Matt Tom Pepper completed 2 passes before throwing an interception on the Vancouver opening drive. I'd expect to see him come back out, keep on slinging it. Number 1 scoring offense. They're actually top in multiple categories. Kick taken back to the 22-yard line. He's ready to lead his offense back out onto the field for drive number 2.
Pepper's got to be careful. The Redford plan is good, like I said at the beginning of the game, but if you get behind by too many points, your running game's kind of, definitely not as useful coming back from a deficit. So we'll see. Maybe they'll run off 4 wide. I don't know.
Pepper threw only 1 pick all game last week. Already has 1 now, and that run goes nowhere. Redford stuffed. 1-yard loss as he's blasted in the backfield.
So LA comes out 4 wide, and Vancouver comes out in a 4-3. You got audible to pass on that. There's mismatches all over the field.
3 wide split out down to the bottom.
Tons of room on the top. Maybe a little split. Yep.
That swing route out to Redford. Redford's able to gain 4 on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 6.
That's what you got to do. Again, with their biggest offensive output, Vancouver, Redford was also involved in the passing game. He had no receiving yards in their loss last week. Again, just got to keep him in the offense. Keep giving him touches.
Play action on 3rd down. And that one's tipped and incomplete.
No,
Or excuse me, tipped and picked off. Misspoke.
It was another deflection pick. It's like a simultaneous pop. Let me take a look at this. Scott just roaming around here, looking like he's lost. Oh, it's a drop pick.
Yeah.
Andy Hamilton, I think, showing some Crisco fingers there.
14 takeaways this season for the Lycans, Matt. That's best in the Simulation Football League. Last week, they only had 1 interception, now 2, and we are only halfway through the first quarter. Richardson, pump fake, fires over the middle. That one well defended and incomplete. Maybe led his receiver just a touch too far, trying to hit Elsie Pryor.
Yeah, and Vancouver defense needs to stiffen up here. They don't want to let another 7 on the board off a turnover. That's it's not they're not doomed yet, but it's not a great way to start the game.
2nd down and 10 now. Johnson with the handoff. That one good for only a gain of 3. Bring up 3rd down and 7, and Matt probably have to go back to the air.
Yeah, I would guess so. I mean, how their defense is playing right now, just if Vancouver's playing way off, run a conservative. Nope, they're gonna play press man. So now you got to try to. Someone's got to beat a jam here, and could be a big play if someone does just run a streak or a post.
Richardson has time, fires. There's the post right on cue. Matt down to the 8-yard line. 1st down and goal now for the Lycans. Chris Lee with another catch.
That's a medium post that Lee was running, and I didn't see any major openings, but Lee beats the press and then just outruns the defender there, number 37, and it's not good if you're a Legion fan right now. It's to goal at the 8-yard line. So, and look, it doesn't look like LA's got to be careful though. Don't pass it too much. Avoid the turnover.
Can't go to the well too many times. Richardson looking out route up to the top into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
What a great play. Look at the 2 receivers crossed, totally confused the Vancouver defense. And they were just kind of stuck in the mud. Great throw by Richardson, and LA's making this look easy, like on offense.
Isaiah Barrett with the receiving touchdown. And Matt making it look pretty easy to just get this ball up in the end zone. Rob Ems on for the extra point try.
And this defense is looking just suffocating Vancouver's passing offense.
Low snap, but well handled. Kick is up and good. 14-0 now. LA leading over Vancouver. And Matt, 2 drives, 2 tip drill pick sixes. Or not pick sixes, interceptions.
You wish. You and your pick six. Stay tuned for a pick 6, but not yet.
Pick 6 coming soon.
Although, it could happen in this game. You never know with this secondary. It's just, I don't know. I'm scared.
Kick taken at the goal line. Lowering his shoulder and fighting ahead up to the 25. Andy Hamilton on the return. 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
And, this is where Vancouver spend a lot of their cap is on their offense. LA spent a lot on their defense. So for this LA offense to be so, so explosive so far is definitely a Great scheme job done by the offensive coordinator.
Pepper back to pass and fires that one out to Redford. Redford spins and will get a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 now.
It's the extremely long handoff, Mike.
Yeah. Handoff way to the outside.
Well, that's a rating that, you don't like to see.
It's still early in the game, Matt.
It's below my age. You'd never want that.
Well, you're old.
True. You're older.
Pepper hands the ball off to Redford. Surges ahead. 3rd down and 4 now coming up, Matt. And Vancouver been one of the best teams in the league so far this season in converting 3rd downs. You saw the stat the last time that they had a 3rd down. And converting 69% of them, number 1 in the league. And the last time was the in and out of the hands of the Legion and into the hands of Los Angeles. This time it is good for a 1st down. Caught by BK himself, Brett Killian. 1st down and 10 from the 37.
LA is challenging these Vancouver receivers. I don't know if that's the smartest move, because if Brett Killian gets open deep, I mean they're playing. I mean look how far they're playing up on these receivers, Mike. It's not quite pressed, but it's not quite a soft zone either.
Pepper, quick out route up to the top, and that one is incomplete, out of bounds. Be a 2nd down and 10. And Matt, this Los Angeles defense, +5 turnover differential. The offense has done a good job taking care of the ball throughout the season. They've only had 9 turnovers coming into the week. It's about middle of the pack as far as ranking in the league. But number 3 overall in turnover differential, +5. Deep pass over the middle, and that one is caught for a huge gain up to the 34-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for the Legion. Kendra Hall with the catch.
That's what Vancouver's more known for, the big play down the field. And there you go. Wide open is Hall, getting Vancouver closer to field goal range at 34. Although Vancouver's kicking game is always an interesting adventure, but I would say about 5 or 6 more yards. They're in outskirts of their field goal range.
1st down and 10 now in Los Angeles territory. Pepper throws it over to Andy Hamilton, short crossing route. And that one, Matt, they'll spot him with a gain of 9. Might have been a slightly generous spot as he fell forward on the tackle.
Well, nice extension by Hamilton to get 9. And now this is where you just give it to Redford. Don't take a risk. Get your 1st down. Keep the drive going. Don't risk it, because this secondary, again, this has been eating you alive if you're Vancouver.
Offset I formation on 2nd down. Redford takes the handoff, tries to get off tackle, spins and gets the 1st down. Matt, you thought that was going for a loss.
I hate off tackle on a 1-yard situation, but Redford with the spin made the defender look silly, picks up the 1st, but don't count on that all the time. But so Vancouver dodged a bullet there. 1st and 10, start the drive again. Just hit Redford on some kind of screen here, or run him. See what you get and go from there.
Just outside the red zone now. Split backs in the backfield. Pepper, 7-step drop. Looking, pressure coming, spins. He's got to throw it away. He finally does. Flag on the play.
Pepper might have spent too much time in the pocket. We could get a holding call here, but we'll see what Ref 62 has to say.
The O-linemen can only do their job for so long.
No.
Like an illegal block in the back call.
Clipping.
And it is. They will indeed call clipping, also known as an illegal block in the back on big number 78, the right tackle. Good moves by Pepper, Matt.
Yeah, a little move like Jagger there. Unfortunately, we got the old clipping special, and that's going to make this series of downs much harder. 1st and 30.
Wow. First down at 30. The clip was called 5 yards back, I think, maybe 10 yards back. Another deep drop by Pepper, going deep down the left sideline, and that one is caught. And that Brett Killian kind of saving their bacon there as he gets 14.
He's got the beef, now the bacon. Baconator.
No, totally different chain.
Oh, that's Wendy's, darn it. Well, BK's got to have
not
something
the BK
similar.
man.
But they said I could have it my way, so I want bacon.
That was a whopper of a catch there. 2nd down and 16 now. Brett Killian getting it done all season long.
I like that strategy. Get half your yards back almost. Get another 7 or 8 here, and you're dealing with a very manageable 3rd down.
10 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Short pass over the middle to Andy Hamilton, and they are just inside the red zone. And that is going to be how quarter 1 comes to a close. Been all Los Angeles in this one, up 14-0 over the Vancouver Legion, but Vancouver knocking on the door when we come back. 3rd down and 8 to start the 2nd quarter. See what Vancouver can do. Can they get points on the board? We'll find out. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this.
Dun, 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 dun.
1 point.
Mike, the Lycans scored a whopping 54 points in their last win against Van. I guess their defense set them up in prime position. Look at that nice interception by Peanut say off Colin Pierce. It was not his day. Next, Rochelle Colson gets to the act of another diving interception. And, the hero of the day for them on defense was Ryan Joseph. He gets involved here. Back to pass, and Mike jumping picks all over the place. It's a nice return there for Joseph, but he was just getting warmed up as when later in the game, move around in the pocket. Oh, there's your favorite play, Mike. There's a pick 6 by Joseph.
There it goes.
See you later. Finished the day with 4 picks, Mike, and we've already seen a couple tonight, and that's what the Legion have to stay away from.
14 takeaways, number 1 in the league. Los Angeles Lycans as we flip sides of the field for this 3rd down and 8. Pepper, deep drop, looking, firing, and that one is caught. Brett Killian making the catch and moving the chains. 1st down and goal from the 8.
And, Killian, nobody around, and that's a big, big mistake for LA.
Brett Killian, 6 receptions, 83 yards last week in their loss to St. Louis. Hoping to help his team get the win tonight. Already 3 catches for 31 yards.
Now Vancouver needs to get this running game going.
Pepper play action, looking towards the end zone.
Oh, no.
Incomplete, trying to hit Killian. And it's just, we've seen this movie before, Matt, in the hands and almost into the hands of the Lycans.
One Killian and a pack of Lycans?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
I don't even know what a lichen is. I probably should know.
Well, I
Looks like
think
a
it's
wolf.
that wolf
like a
creature
wolf
back
to
there on the
me. Maybe
goalpost.
is it a vicious wolf? Someone let me know.
It looked vicious to me, Matt.
It's on their head.
Second down and goal now from the 8. Out route to the bottom. Caught. Turning. Can't quite get into the end zone, but Dan Daly with his first catch of the ball game. Tom Pepper now with 112 yards through the air. That's three-headed monster here on the Vancouver Legion offense. Brett Killian, Kendra Hall, and Dan Daly. You can see the yardage totals, touchdown totals, the reception totals. They spread the ball pretty evenly amongst those three, leading them to the number 1 scoring offense. Third down and goal now from the 3. Pepper will throw once again. Pressure coming. Fires the back of the end zone. One-handed catch. Touchdown, Legion. Dan Daly, back-to-back receptions, this time putting 6 on the board.
Yeah, Pepper was getting blitzed. I was getting nervous for him. He had to get rid of that ball. He waited at the very last. Look at that's PI, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. The one-handed scoop for the touchdown. Oof. That's some good stuff right there, Mike. You should learn that move.
and now in your intro next week, Matt, the Hall of Famer label ripped off. Deleted.
I still have my football. I'm still a Hall of Famer. You can't take it away.
Well, I literally could.
Sitting on my subwoofer looks nice.
Extra point try is up and good. Vancouver cuts into the deficit, putting their first points on the board here early in the second quarter, now trailing by 7. Matt, people in the FTF Next chat are calling for a challenge flag on that last one. I think they wanted to see, the Lycans coach challenge that one and, say he only had 1 foot down in the end zone. I think it was really close. Could have been worth a second look, but the points are indeed on the board. Short kick taken back at the 15. Finning, breaking through, gets up to the 40-yard line, up to the 41.
I only have one word, Mike. It's whoa.
Thomas Rahman Jr. setting up the Lycans offense in good field position.
We saw this last week with Vancouver in the snow. Just their opponents just getting really, really good field position as their kicker just doesn't quite have the iron leg of some of the others in the SFL. And starting at the 41, that's a major advantage for the offense.
Solly Richardson, 8 of 9 for 83 yards and 2 passing touchdowns so far. Robert Johnson's only had 2 handoffs. We'll see if he gets involved in this drive. Not yet. Out route up to the top. In and out of the hands of the receiver. And Matt, don't look now.
Is that a tackle?
Don't look now, Matt. But the receiver was the tackle Ryan Hill.
That's where we go. Wah, 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 wah.
Trying to catch the Legion defense napping by having the eligible man, the 6'5", 315-pound tackle, go out for a pass.
That's a tight end for you.
Well, they fooled me, but
or a wide end, depending on I
think they also fooled the tackle. Solly Richardson trying to make up for it by going deep and nearly picked off. Right into the hands of Dean Maddox. Almost had a takeaway, but that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
These last 2 plays haven't been a thing of beauty for the Lycans, Mike. Throwing to the very large offensive lineman, and then even that one up for grabs. Richardson's got to calm down. Calm down. Punt isn't the worst thing in the world, and now how are they going to go all slants against press man? We'll see. Hopefully they have something else up in their pocket here.
4 wide receivers and a tight end. Quick pass to that tight end, and that one's caught for a first down and more as Jack Flash rumbles forward.
To different routes. Flash was open, and then, he just kept running. You're not going to tackle him. Diving Legion everywhere, but not until Flash got an extra 10 yards at least.
1st and 10 from the 39. Richardson struts back to the line. Split backs now in the backfield. 1 wide receiver in the formation. Ball is handed off to Robert Johnson, who'll gain 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 from the 33.
I was about to say the top of the screen's wide open, and Johnson took it there and got some great yardage, and that's what they need out of Johnson. Just be productive. 2nd and 4 now, and you could do anything you want at 2nd and 4, except don't turn the ball over, obviously.
Well, I don't think they would have wanted to turn the ball over, Matt.
I don't know.
You said they could do anything they want. Second down and 4. They'll hand the ball off. Oh, surging ahead, trying to get that first down, and they do indeed get it. Once again, Robert Johnson with the carry, and wasn't sure if he had gotten past the line, Matt, but they'll spot him with a first down.
Yeah, Robert Johnson just keeping the feet moving on this play. Look at this dive, and then lowers the shoulder, and then just keeps fighting, and must have just barely gotten it. And now LA is in at least field goal range for them, so they got to keep it clean.
Vancouver defense looking for a takeaway of their own. Short drop, swing route. That one's not going to be good for a whole lot as they spot him with a gain of 2. Matt, the Vancouver defense, we mentioned Los Angeles, 14 takeaways leading the league to come into the week. Vancouver not too shabby themselves. They have 12 takeaways on the season, so only 2 behind the Lycans. A +2 turnover differential.
Oh, gosh.
Stuffed in the backfield. I think the Legion have had quite enough of seeing Robert Redford run. That's Gerald Drew DeSessi.
We know he went to Old Country before the game.
Oh, absolutely.
They're in
Big
10.
tackle for a loss for Big 68. Gerald Drew DeSessi. They're down in 10 now.
Here we go. Press man against this look. Let's see if LA can hit a big play.
Richardson fires for the first down yardage, and he gets it. Caught made up at the 16-yard line. First down and 10 from the 16 inside the red zone.
Pryor with a nice, look at that little sidearm delivery there. And that's kind of been a bit of a difference so far in this game is the Lycans receivers, Mike, they really haven't dropped any contested balls. Vancouver's had a couple of oopsies, and that's led to turnovers.
Richardson has all kinds of time. Fires towards the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. They're still making it look easy, Matt. Chris Lee with the touchdown.
Richardson, Mike, he gets back in that pocket and he pats that ball. I don't know if he's, keeping it warm or what, but that was an absolute dart to Lee. Watch this. He's just sitting back, and no chance for the defense on that one. Their zone play was a little poor on that corner. They lost track of Lee, and 6 points on the board. And this LA offense, Mike, about the most efficient offense, especially passing the ball, that I've seen so far.
Chris Lee with his 3rd touchdown on the season, 3rd of his career. Rookie first-round pick, taken number 6 overall in the season 16 draft, and the extra point is blocked.
Well, good thing you can't return extra points in the SFL, or he would have been long gone.
He blocked it and caught it, plucked it right out of the sky. Ryan Green, the inside linebacker, special teamer, able to get the block, holding the score to 20-7. LA over Vancouver. Vancouver will get another opportunity with it right now.
Andy Hamilton back to play later in the game, Mike.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that 1 point comes back and becomes a factor. Hamilton leveled. He's seeing birds or wolves or something spinning around his head. We're not too sure, but he hops back up.
And again, Vancouver starts at the 18, where LA started at the 40, right? That's a huge difference.
Absolutely,
in field position.
Some might say it's a 23-yard difference.
Some would say Mike's sometimes okay at math, but not
Tom Pepper under center hands the ball off to Redford. Redford gets no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Where are you going to go on
our producer, Matt, our producer's pointing out that the extra point could not be returned after it was blocked because the ball traveled forward.
Oh. Wasn't that a shame?
If it had been blocked before the ball had gone forward, like, bad snap and, they lose control of it, then maybe then. But the ball traveled forward, blocked, no return. Pepper, deep drop, looks, firing deep down the middle of the field, and that one's in and out of the hands of Dan Daly. Well defended. Bring up a 3rd down and 10. And Vancouver at risk now, Matt, of having a quick 3 and out.
It's a tough we look down this Lycan defense, and they got 4 highly paid defensive linemen. They've got 3 highly paid linebackers. They've got 3 corners and 3 safeties. So anywhere you throw, it's a strength.
Yeah, 6 members of the secondary, 3 star linebackers. Plenty
Look
of help.
out!
Pressure coming.
Oh.
Down he goes. Sacked back at the 10-yard line. Brought down by Moore Rivers.
Rivers, just look at him. He's just overpowering the center and drags him right into poor Tom Pepper, and down he goes. And again, no running game, Mike. When you become one-dimensional, this team will feast.
First sack on the
Oh.
season for Rivers.
Oh no, and you're going to get an abbreviated punt. This is going to be in the 37-yard range, I think. Let's see where this lands.
Brian Patrick. Oh, yep. Right.
Oh.
Well, Matt, you're so close, but so wrong. It was at the 38. So
Well, I guess I can't play the lottery tonight.
first down and 10 now for the Lycans as they take back over after that punt. And Matt, we thought starting at their own 41-yard line was good starting field position. It doesn't get a whole heck of a lot better than starting at the opponent's 38. 5
Here we
wide
go.
now for the Lycans.
Again, this Vancouver position press man is not paying off so far. These receivers are getting open.
Richardson,
Oh.
pressure coming. Down he goes.
Well, I
Vancouver getting a sack of their own back at the 44-yard line.
One gets
Second
sacked,
down and
deserves
15.
another.
Yeah, absolutely. Achilles Papatonis with the sack.
Well, that field position, Mike, it got a little worse.
Yes, it did. By 5.
Math is hard.
Richardson fires downfield. Picked off. Something finally goes the way of the Vancouver defense, Matt. They get the interception. They get the ball back. Ashley Rose Finch. Pick number 6 on the season, Matt.
We have a 50-50 ball here, and the receiver did not use his body to get in front of Finch, and so Finch just playing the ball, backpedaling. The only bright spot for the Lycans is, I guess, it's like a punt. But man, you coming away with no points, that's rough.
Yeah. Coming away with no points after starting at your opponent's 38. It's kind of nuts. Robert Redford takes a handoff, sidesteps the defender, gains 3, Matt. Second down and 7. The leading ladies for these two teams, for the Vancouver Legion, Kendra Hall, 4 touchdowns in 4 games on 22 receptions. It's averaging a touchdown every 5.5 catches. And Ashley Rose Finch, 5 picks, now 6. Second in the SFL, 2 behind leader Troy Lowshaw. So now only 1 behind the leader. Both getting it done for the Legion. Third down and 7 now after no gain on that carry.
The Lycans defense trying to make sure that Vancouver doesn't get a first down and their offense gets the ball back in great field position. But Vancouver's just got to get something consistent going, Mike. They're like stop and go. They had that one good drive, but they haven't been able to string a bunch of good plays together since then.
Kendra Hall with 51 yards so far on the night. Let's see if she can get more maybe on this one. Pepper, deep drop, fires complete. That one goes to Brett Killian, trying to catch back up to Hall. A nice gain up to the 32-yard line. Moves the
Second time
chains.
they've run that play that out to Killian, and he's been open. The LA defense seems to be a little soft to that corner, so they might want to go back to that a little bit later in the drive.
4 minutes to go now in the half. First
Time
down
flies.
and 10. Time flies.
Top
when
of the
you're
screen, a
having
little out route. Perfect.
Will Matt be right? Pepper fires over the middle. That kind of was the same.
And they ran an in instead of an out. But again, when the corners are playing that far off, you got to take advantage. It's not going to be a home run play, but it's going to be, especially on first down to get 7, set yourself off well.
Pepper under center on second down and 3. There will be no gain on this play. Third down and 3. Visit the all-new SFL website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, join our community, and the league and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of this SFL. It's over 1,400 games and thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. 3rd down and 3. Ball is handed off to Redford off tackle, and he is able to get there. Seemed like that run took forever, Matt, but he gets up to the 44-yard line and keeps the drive going.
The second Redford off tackle run on 3rd down that looked like it was going to end in a possible disaster, but averted. And again, gotta keep Redford involved in this offense because becoming one-dimensional hasn't paid off for Vancouver so far.
Pepper swings it out to Redford. Redford in the backfield, and he'll get tackled. And Matt, speaking of the Simulation Football League website, the SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. There's no prior experience required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on the new website, simulationfl.net/broadcasting. So feel free to apply. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll see what happens on the other side. Vancouver will come back with a 2nd down and 11. 2-minute drill time. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Los Angeles, 2nd down and 11. Ball is handed off to Redford. Matt, he's going to lose another yard. 3rd down and 12 now. Mara Rivers with another tackle for a loss.
Yeah, this front 4 is very scary. The front 7 is scary. It's hard to run, hard to pass. It's a very suffocating defense. Stars everywhere.
3rd down and 12 now. Pepper firing quickly. Has his target. Jumping catch. Kendra Hall.
Well, there's big play Hall right there. Plucking that one out of the sky, Mike. No replay. Oh. I was ready to call a big play. I guess we don't have time for that.
Yeah, the clock continues to roll, Matt. No time for that nonsense. Replays. Come on now. There's a minute to go in the first half. Split backs in the backfield. Pepper to throw. Out route is caught, falling out of bounds after a gain of 5 is Andy Hamilton. Coming up on the SFL halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green analyze the first half, and they will provide updates on St. Louis, D.C. and we'll recap earlier action from around the league. It's all coming up on the SFL Halftime Report.
In the office.
Yes, back in the studios. 2nd down and 5 from the 30. 7 in the box for the Lycans. Pepper steps up, out route to Brett Killian once again, falling out of bounds, stopping the clock. Little toe drag spin, Matt.
Yeah, how many ways do you contort his body to catch the ball and then get out of bounds? That's some nice receiving by Killian. It's a very interesting situation. Vancouver's not used any of their timeouts. Would have thought on the Hall catch they might have wanted to use one, but not yet. So, playbook wide open.
Pepper going deep down the left-hand side, double coverage, and somehow that's caught. Dan Daly plucking it out of the sky in between 2 defenders. As Pepper struts back to the line. 5-step drop out route to the bottom. Brett Killian spinning again, falling out of bounds after the catch. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Does Tom Pepper think he's Dante Culpepper, just heaving balls up to the sky? Or Randall Cunningham? Good Lord, that thing was... there was just a whole crowd of people, and somehow...
A sea of yellow.
White. Yeah. Yellow and white.
I thought that was picked off, but instead Dan Daly came down with it, and then Brett Killian with another amazing catch. High formation on 2nd down and goal. Redford with the handoff, hitting the backfield, tackled for a 2-yard loss, and Vancouver will burn a timeout as they assess what they want to do here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying for the run for sure. Now on 3rd down, I think from the 4, I think you got to go just quick pass. See what the defense gives you. Make it audible if you have to for a slant or a fade, and just go.
Tom Pepper, number 1 in the league with 11 passing touchdowns. Kendra Hall has 4. Play action, firing towards the end zone, and it is caught for a Vancouver touchdown. Dan Daly does it again.
Dan Daly is Houdini on this drive, Mike. Again, there was all I saw was yellow around. Pepper.
3 defenders. Look at 1,
Look at
2, 3.
Look at all those hands.
How did he get that?
I don't know.
There's 3 Lycans defenders just around Daly, and he's like, I got this. Hashtag throw it to the tight end, Matt. I keep trying to get that trending, and it just never seems
maybe
to stick.
Maybe it trended once. Once a hashtag trends, Mike, it can never trend again. So maybe
no, it should trend forever. Extra point try coming up. We've seen 1 blocked. Low snap. Pressure coming. And that one's up and good. Los Angeles trying to make up for having theirs blocked earlier by trying to block one of Vancouver's. They couldn't get it done. So now a 6-point ball game, Matt. And just like that, the blocked extra point looks like it's potentially coming back into play.
Yep, here comes a return. And LA has had great field position throughout the game, so let's see what they can do here.
Another short kickoff back to the 15-yard line. And another good return as he breaks through, getting up to midfield and tackled at midfield. Matt, 24 seconds and 3 timeouts, but with starting field position like this, you can definitely fire towards the end zone.
Yeah, Robin, man, he's been electric in there. Look at that wall of blockers. Cuts to the outside, breaks a tackle. The kicker slowed him down, Mike. Thank goodness for the kicker on Vancouver. He might have been still running.
Thomas Rahman Jr. coming into today, averaging 23.5 yards per kick return. That's 11th in the league. I'm thinking after this game, the average is going to go up just a bit. Going to climb that leaderboard. Quick pump fake by Richardson. Gets that one over the middle and caught in traffic. That one looked like it was well defended as well by Kevin Brackett. Hauled in by Chris Lee for a first down. Timeout called at the 38-yard line. 19 seconds to go.
There's so many replays missed, Mike. So many highlights. These receivers are just really going after the ball and attacking. Vancouver had a rough start, but they've rebounded, and LA's been good all game long, and now they can take a shot and try to go for the end zone, maybe here on the next play.
Richardson out route to the bottom.
Oh,
that one
nice.
is caught. Nice short gain of 5. Getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. Elsie Pryor with the catch.
16 seconds, so they're going to wheel out the kicker. I think you got to run one more play.
Trying to maybe get a little bit closer as they're at the 34-yard line right now. Richardson has to throw it quick. Gets tipped and picked off, taken away. There will be no points for Los Angeles on that drive as Dean Maddox gets the pick.
Oh, man. Another pick for Richardson when, there was almost certainly going to be points on that drive. And Vancouver, the momentum is swinging their way. Now with 10 seconds to go, I predict they're just going to give it to Redford, say, hey, we're only down by 6. I mean, that's amazing for them.
Yeah, it started out looking pretty bleak, Matt, as LA had put the first 2 touchdowns on the board. But now their last 2 drives have both ended in interceptions. Tom Pepper swings that one out. And those will be the final seconds that tick away here in the first half of play. That'll bring us to halftime. Matt, we knew this would be an exciting one. The Lycans lead 20-14 over the Vancouver Legion. Lycans will get the ball back after halftime. We'll be back with the SFL halftime report with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the SFL Halftime Report along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. A very entertaining first half, 20-14. Los Angeles leads Denver. Mike, your thoughts on the first half in our spotlight game today?
Yeah, pretty much what I expected coming out of the gate, Cam. Both offenses putting up points, but Vancouver did struggle coming out of the gate with a couple of drop passes that led to interceptions and a couple of Sully Richardson touchdown passes, but they did answer the bell after interception from Ashley Rose Finch and end up getting on the board. Now we got a tight ball game now, 20-14 at half.
Yeah, it's been a great one. Jack Flash's touchdown where he threw off the defender, that might be the play of the year. That was an awesome play. And both teams are showing out right now, and it's a fun one. How do you see the second half playing out? What's the key?
Probably whoever takes care of the ball best is probably going to win this game. As we see the turnover battle early on favored LA, and they jumped out early, and basically Vancouver gotten back in this game with a couple of turnovers of their own and a late turnover there by interception by Dean Maddox to kill the drive in the second half. So probably whoever takes care of the ball the best here in the second half is probably going to win the game. And possibly I would like to see somebody get a running game going with running backs. Both explosive running backs, both teams, where they're kind of missing in action right now.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Redford and Johnson, two of the best in the SFL. How about St. Louis and DC right now? We haven't gotten a live update on that game here on the air because it's scoreless still here in the first quarter. DC had the ball at the goal line. Colin Douglas picked him off. For those that don't know, St. Louis unbeaten, DC winless, but not your average winless team. This is a stalemate right now at this point.
Yeah, actually, there's no score in the game, but DC has pretty much dominated this first quarter. As you said, Colin Douglas with the interception in the end zone, but DC was on the goal line there, threatening to go in, and here they are with the ball again, late in the first quarter. Right inside the red zone, looking to try to put points on the board once again. So this game all week, it kind of had upset alert for me. I just think it's going to be an interesting matchup for St. Louis. At DC, it's going to, they're going to hang tough, play solid defense, not make too many mistakes on offense. It's going to be a tough game for St. Louis.
Week 5 got going earlier this afternoon, and that started in Houston. Fort Worth and Houston got underway, and Fort Worth got the victory 16-7. The Toros have now held their opponents under 20 points 5 weeks in a row, and the only team in that South Division that didn't make the playoffs last season is now leading the division almost halfway through Week 5 here at 4-1. It's been impressive. What'd you see?
Yeah, Fort Worth are totally dominating teams on defense right now. The offense, they're steady enough. Three of them had, 94 yards and a touchdown carry today for Fort Worth. They also got a touchdown catch out of Robert Garrett Jr., but mostly you can credit this defense for what Fort Worth are doing to opponents right now. Great game from Captain Horse. He had a sack and a couple of tackles for loss. Late interception from Ben Stone, as well as Nacho Sicario in the end zone to thwart a Houston drive there late. So, yeah, this is all defense for Fort Worth, and they are actually one of the more impressive defenses in the SFL right now.
Yeah, just behind Denver in terms of points allowed. Denver coming in, giving up less than 12, and now Fort Worth will join them after giving up only 7 today. To Houston drops the Hyenas to 2-3. Tulsa improves to 2-3. They've won 2 in a row, and the free-falling Sioux Falls Sparrows lose another heartbreaker. That's 3 straight losses by 7 points or less for Sioux Falls. A 27-20 victory for Tulsa, who basically grinded the Sparrows into oblivion in the first half at one point. Tulsa had 42 offensive plays, and Sioux Falls had 14. As DC's on the board, they're up 6-0 over St. Louis.
Yeah, Tulsa, man, they were extremely impressive today. Seemed like somebody got the memo. Hey, let's get Sonzo Robinson involved. 32 carries, 147 yards, a couple of touchdowns. They basically dominated the clock today. They're kind of taking the balls out of JQ's hands. Just, let's let the rookie, grow into this situation a little bit. He had a couple, 220 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but hey, that's what they needed.
Absolutely. And next week they play DC. So it's not, DC, even if they win today, still 1-4. Certainly, I wouldn't say upper half of the league just yet. So that's a winnable game for Tulsa. They could end up going 3-3 after an 0-3 start. That's going to be fun. Halftime in Los Angeles, 20-14. LA over Vancouver. We'll get you back out for the second half of that game, and we'll have live updates from St. Louis and DC. Oh, and before we leave, by the way, if you love the SFL and you want to check out all the action, the SFL's Twitch channel, which just crossed its 3,000 followers mark the other week, has all the games on the SFL's Twitch channel to view. YouTube has the archives, but Twitch also has live games along with FTF's Twitch channel. That's for the fans. Our OTT partner, and you can catch out other action on the For the Fans Network all weekend long. So if you watch the SFL on 11 Sports and you want to check out more FTF Twitch, SFL Twitch, look it up. We're there all weekend long. 20-14, that is your score at the half. The second half from Los Angeles starts after this commercial break. We'll send it back out to Mike and Matt after this.
Clear for two.
And welcome back to Full Moon Coliseum here in Los Angeles. Start of the third quarter. I am Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith with us on stats. Cameron Irvine producing the game for us this evening. Kick taken back to the 29-yard line to get this third quarter started. Sully Richardson leading the offense back out onto the field for the Lycans. 14 of 19, about 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in the first half, Matt. So almost as many yards as he had all of last week.
Yeah, but those interceptions were back-breaking, leaving points off the board.
And there's one right there to get the third quarter started. The first pass that he throws picked off and taken the other way by Kyler Murray, and Vancouver is going to set up in great starting field position at the Los Angeles 38-yard line.
Richardson started out so good, so accurate, and then it's kind of coming unraveled here for LA. They got to be careful not to, they might, they could lose the lead. That one blocked kick, Mike, remember, will it be a factor? Well, it's looking like one right now.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. 3 wide receivers now on the field, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Your favorite formation, the 3-1-1. Pepper takes the snap, looks downfield, steps up, pressure coming down. He goes, sacked at the 44-yard line. A loss of 6 on the play, brought down by our former teammate, Matt Andre Krim.
Pepper got to take advantage of this good field position here. I feel like it's a replay of what LA did when they picked off of Rex. It was a punt. About the same field position, and they just couldn't do anything with it.
High snap, hauled in by Pepper. Quick pass over the middle, and he got Kendra Hall wide open. Caught at the 20-yard line. First down and 10 inside the red zone.
Another big play by Hall. Their average must be through the roof. Look at that throw. Or right over the outstretched arms of the corner. Oy.
Kendra Hall, Matt, 2 yards shy of 100 on only 5 catches. No touchdowns yet. But I have a feeling she'll get some. Keep an eye on her at the bottom of the screen. Los Angeles playing way off. Pepper changing the play at the line. Takes the snap, throws quick to the top. Wow, pressure was coming uncontested. Matt gets the pass off to Brett Killian, good for 5.
And good thing Killian was the hot route, because otherwise Pepper was going to eat some turf. And Vancouver now 2nd and 5 from the 15. See if they want to get Redford involved, maybe either on a screen or on a run.
Well, offside eye in the backfield. Redford takes handoff number 12 on the day. This one's good. Heading towards the end zone and in. Touchdown Vancouver, and they tie things up with the extra point to come.
There's that Redford spin again, Mike. Whoop. Goodbye, and they turns on the afterburners. And see you later, LA. And now, here comes the point, Mike.
We'll see if
Can
they
LA
can kick
block
this
it?
one up and through. LA, they came close last time, Matt. So we'll see. They'll probably be fighting hard to get the block on this one. Raymond Rakowski out for the extra point try. Mark Salt on the hold. Good snap. Kick is on its way, and there was pressure coming. He dove, but Matt Vancouver takes the first lead of the ball game.
Where did it all go wrong for LA? The picks.
The
Points
picks,
off
indeed.
turnovers.
Three drives in a row now, Matt, for Los Angeles, all ending in interceptions.
Need to get Jack Flash and Davius Reed and Robert Johnson the ball. A more reasonable passing game. Just don't go for one big play.
Rahman Jr. gets it up to the 35-yard line. That is where they will take back over. These offenses, Matt, they are both top in many categories. You know, passing yards, obviously Vancouver leads the way, but both of them top 10 in rushing yards, top 5 in total yards, and number 1 and 2 in passing touchdowns. So points aplenty for both of these teams. 1-point ball game here early in the third quarter. Los Angeles has to get things back under control. And they smartly, Matt, head back down to the ground. Robert Johnson, neither one of these running backs really getting a whole lot done yet, but I think that might be what they need to start trying to do.
Yeah, it's pretty much a 0-0 game, so you just got to go back to basics. If you're LA, go back to what was working early on, get your running game involved. Because they were on fire. They were so clean, and then just everything stopped.
Richardson, short pass over the middle, caught, and into Vancouver territory. LZ Pryor with another catch up to the 47 of the Vancouver side.
Again, man coverage. Beat it with I don't know what the heck that was. Players are flying everywhere, but Pryor ran a nice slant, wide open, good by Richardson. He's got to shake off those picks, get back on track.
3 picks, but also 3 touchdowns for Richardson. Started off with 3 touchdowns, then had 3 picks to follow. So see what he can do now. Look at that stiff arm. Robert Johnson barreling through defenders and getting the first down up to the 33-yard line. The best run of the ball game for either running back.
Robert Johnson bringing the boom. Finally giving him the ball. Sit down on that stiff arm. Still running, and then lowers the shoulder. Boom. 27 just pops right off. And they need more. They need more Johnson, Mike.
Well, they've handed it off to him a couple times on this drive, and now first down and 10 from the Vancouver 33. Looking to respond. Vancouver taking their first lead of the ball game on their last possession, and Los Angeles looking to take it back. Split backs now in the backfield. Ball is handed off once again to Johnson, and Johnson once again with another nice run. Now 42 yards on 9 carries.
That means he had 6 carries the whole first half, Mike. That's not again, that's not where you want to be. I know I said the passing game has to be involved, but Johnson's a major part of this offense. And
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. He was averaging less than 3 yards per carry in the first half, now over 5. That one, not a 5-yard run, but it is good enough for a first down. Moving the chains at the 22.
might want to give him a rest. That's 3 straight carries. He's got to be exhausted.
We need more Robert Johnson, Matt says. Now Matt says, take the ball out of his hands.
They got Freddie Fox as a backup?
They do not, Matt. They do not.
Well, they're in trouble then.
3 wide on the field. Richardson throwing it into traffic, and it's taken away. Picked off once again by the Legion. Tackled down at the 3-yard line, but Dean Maddox with pick number 2 of the ball game, and that's 4 picks now for this defense.
Post route, but where was that ball going? That sailed over there.
That was into more than quadruple coverage. What's 5? What's the word for 5 people in coverage?
Quintuple coverage.
Well, I was just going to say a whole lot, but a lot of Vancouver defenders there. Another tipped pass bounced off a couple of people before it was taken away by Maddox. First down and 10 now for Vancouver. Pepper in his own end zone. Pressure coming in. It's a safety.
Well,
So they couldn't take the lead with a touchdown or a field goal, Matt, but they take the lead with the safety.
There's our former teammate again, Krem, getting around the edge. Pepper tried to step up, and now it's a 1-point game the other way, Mike. Boy, this is...
Back and forth we go. Andre Krim, his second sack of the ball game. That one for points.
A punt, Mike. This is exciting stuff.
The punt goes back to the 21-yard line. Tom Rahman Jr. trying to get another slick return. Gets that one up to the 41-yard line, the same spot that he got it to a couple of returns ago off of a punt.
Yeah, he's had 3 that have been past the 40, and that's a big advantage of your team, but Richardson's got to stop throwing picks.
Absolutely, Matt. Looking at their drive summary from the last 6 possessions that they had. 7-play drive ending in a touchdown, 4-play drive ending in a touchdown, 9-play drive ending in a touchdown, then pick. 4 in a row.
Listen, we're not picking apples around here. It's football, so,
Stop with the picks. Second down and 10, no gain on the play.
It's not the apple farm.
It is indeed not the apple farm, Matt. It's the Full Moon Coliseum, as you can see by the logo in midfield. Flip backs in the backfield. Richardson in the gun. Has time, looks, fires, has his target. First down yardage, spinning. Chris Lee up to the 43-yard line, back in Vancouver territory. And as we know, he's thrown 4 picks, so he's got to try to take care of this football on this drive.
He's looking like a tight end, and then like a running back, breaks a tackle, and a nifty spin movement. LA now pendulum swinging back in their direction. At least for now, they have the lead and the ball.
Chris Lee, the leading receiver so far for the Lycans, 56 yards on 4 catches. Ball is handed off to Robert Johnson. And Johnson, another 9-yard run. Nearly broke that one away, Matt, but a nice grab around the ankles by Kevin Brackett will bring him down at the 34.
Yeah, Brackett was sliding down, and I thought he wasn't going to be able to make the play, but you know what? He grabbed the ankles, Mike. You're sliding down. Grab those ankles for dear life and pull Johnson to the turf and saved a much bigger play.
Second down and 1. Richardson comes back up to the line. Only 4 on the line for the Legion, and they hand it off to Johnson, and Johnson takes advantage of that. The secondary playing way off. That'll be a nice gain. 10 yards on the carry up to the 24-yard line. First down.
Man, I think if they had this in the first half, Mike, combined, if some of those turnovers hadn't been turnovers but runs to Johnson, they could be up by double digits.
Robert Johnson now with 63 yards on the day. Richardson gets it out to him in the passing game and gets his head taken off. leveled by Mark Lopez, but another gain of 9 for Johnson and another 2nd down and 1.
Johnson's got to be getting a little tired. He's been heavily involved. But you know what? It's preventing the turnover, right? You're making easy passes, big runs, and wouldn't be surprised if we had another carry here. It's only a yard.
4 drives, 4 interceptions. They might want to keep it on the ground. And they do. Trying to get around the outside and running the wrong way. He will lose 5 on the carry. Tackled for a loss. Back at the 19-yard line, Mark Lopez coming up from the safety position to help in run support.
Mike, you never go full Spiller.
Yeah, doesn't always pay off well if you head the wrong direction with the rock. Richardson making a change to the play. Very short drop, out route wide open for 1st down yardage, and stepping out of bounds. Davius Reed, catch number 3 on the game.
Good throw by Richardson. Reed got open at the bottom of the screen, kept his feet in bounds. Tried to turn up, wasn't quite able to, but still, 1st and 10 from the 12. Is Robert Johnson feeling charged up now? He might be coming.
6 yards shy of 200 for Richardson.
Just got to hit it off tackle that the right side. Everyone's playing off.
And they will
not.
Throw it.
Throw it to the other side.
Out to Robert Johnson. And gets the catch, gain of 3 on the play.
Kind of an interesting situation to think about. They don't need the end zone. They just need the 2. So.
2nd down and 7 as we see Dean Maddox in coverage trying to get pick number 3. Won't come on this play as Robert Johnson takes the handoff, heading towards the end zone, fighting his way towards the goal line and can't get into the end zone, but makes it all the way down to the 1. 1st down and goal.
There you go, Mike. Didn't need the 1st down. Johnson got it about as close as he could get. Just slicing through, weaving through defenders, kind of ducking down, making a man miss, and now can LA punch it in from the 1? Because Johnson might be really tired, although...
Yeah, he looked kind of slow on that run.
With this front, he might have a shot.
5 down lineman for the Legion. Hands the ball off, and he does not have a shot. Goes the wrong way, tackled for a loss. 2nd down and goal now after a loss of 2.
Heck of a shed by Hudson. And now I think Johnson's off the table. Now you got to find some other way to get the ball into the end zone. Again, 5 on the line. Just hit a tight end maybe. I don't know. Let's
see what happens. And the handoff again, and another loss of 2. Met immediately in the backfield as soon as that ball was snapped. Brought down by Josh Farnsey. And now it'll be a 3rd down and goal from the 5.
You're going the wrong way, Mike, again.
Back-to-back plays.
Now when you get all your receivers out, and they got their 3 receivers and tight end. Look for Jack Flasher in the end zone. Could be a nice spot for him right in the middle.
And there he is, Matt, right on cue. Jack Flash with the catch and the score. Another touchdown for the Lycans.
He's been a big play machine. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And of course, you can't forget that jumping grab he had earlier in the 1st half. But, yep, there he was. Just ran a short slant and easy pitch and catch. And now LA has a 7-point lead, Mike. Uh-oh, drum roll, please. Extra points are risky business.
This with the squirrel on the hold. And Matt, with that safety, kind of flipped the whole script on that blocked extra point. It was Los Angeles that was going to be short a point, and now they are +1. Well, another low snap. Kick is up, and it is good. 29-21 now here in Los Angeles. We're going to take a short break, and we'll come back. Can Vancouver respond, and what will they do if they do score, Matt? Do they want to try to tie it up with a 2-point conversion? We'll find out. After this, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Welcome back to Los Angeles, California, Full Moon Coliseum, where Los Angeles has just extended their 1-point lead to an 8-point lead. Kick taken about 4 yards deep by Andy Hamilton. He'll bring this one out, gets it up past the 20 to the 23-yard line. That is where Vancouver will take back over on offense. Let's go back to SFL Studios for a game break from DC.
Thanks, Mike. St. Green, DC's got St. Louis on their heels.
Yes, Cam, we're in legitimate upset watch right now following a big drive from DC. Kevin Say finishes off with a 1-yard touchdown run. DC is up 14-3 with about a minute to go in the first half.
The unbeaten Gladiators trailing the winless Dragons. On the SFL Twitch, back to Mike and Matt in LA.
Thank you, Cam. Vancouver trying to take a page out of the Lycans playbook from that last drive. Matt, nice handoff to Robert Redford, getting him involved. Gain of 8 sets up a 2nd down and 2.
Redford's had some pretty good runs, on 3rd down. The spin for the touchdown. Like I say, it's still a 1-possession game. Just keep it safe, keep it balanced.
And just like that, Pepper goes deep down the middle, and that one is incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 2, Matt, and they should probably just try to go back to Redford. He's only averaging 2.9 on the game, but he's had a 15-yard long, so.
2.9. If he gets 2.9, he probably gets 2.
Absolutely. Crowd here on their feet here in Los Angeles, willing the defense to try to get a stop. Tom Pepper in the gun.
Out route to the tight end.
Will Matt be right again? Pepper spinning, throwing, and hit as he threw. And that one will be incomplete. So quick 3 and out for the Legion.
Tried to fool him with play action, but the Lycans defense has been pretty good up front as Pepper has taken some hits on a safety. So now it's going to be back to LA and they can use a little more Robert Johnson.
55 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. High snap.
I thought it was a fake or something.
Punt is away and taken back at the 30, up to the 35-yard line. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. You can visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more to help each team stand out from their opponents. You can get the gear that fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. 1st down and 10 now for the Lycans. Robert Johnson now is 62 yards on the ball game, adding to his total here. He'll get another 4. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I like that run. Nothing flashy. Johnson couldn't break a tackle, but he lowered his shoulder. Didn't go backwards. Always key. And, no fumbles. Just keep picking up 4 and, you'll be in good shape.
3 wide receivers now on 2nd down. Richardson looking, rolling out to the right.
No.
Pressure coming, and he will be sacked. Taken down back at the 33-yard line, and that is how the 3rd quarter will come to a close. 3rd down and 12. Stanley Hudson.
See Andy Hamilton? He was like doing a hop, skip, and a jump on the sidelines.
He was happy to see that one.
Boom. Down you go, sir.
So a long 3rd down and 12 coming up on the other side of the break. 3 quarters in the books. 1 remains. The Lycans lead 29-21 over the Legion. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports.
Vancouver's largest offensive output came in Week 2 against Atlanta, who was the unsung hero Robert Redford. Redford had some devastating carries and finished the day with 147 yards of rushing, averaging 6.7 yards per carry. Like, look at this play. Right here, off tackle. Going.
One man to beat. Another man to beat.
Doesn't get there. Mike, the very next play. Check this out. Similar play, Redford heading outside, back inside, back outside. Going all the way, and yes, he does get into the end zone. I mean, you love to see that, right? Finish off the run you started. And
yeah,
so
absolutely.
And Vancouver, there's still plenty of time for them to use them in this game. Only an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, they need to get him involved a little bit more. 13 carries, 38 yards so far in this one. But first, a 3rd down and 12 for the Lycans. Can they convert? Pressure coming again. Sidearm release, and it is caught. Reception made up at the 42-yard line. A great catch by the rookie Chris Lee, and another fresh set of downs for the Lycans.
How did Richardson do that? I don't think he had his feet planted, Mike.
That was all arm strength.
Someone fell down.
Major Key. He was going for the pick.
Sorry, Major, you were a bit off on that one. I did get your depth perception checked, unfortunately.
he was going for that catch before the ball was even there.
I already thought he was playing baseball. Safe.
1st down and 10 from the 42. Ball is handed off to Robert Johnson. Johnson stiff arming a defender. Only good for a gain of 2. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. You can follow and subscribe to all the channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and even TikTok. From teams to podcasters, final scores to major highlights, the SFL Social has you covered. Snap given to Johnson once again, and another 3rd down on the outskirts of field goal range, Matt. So see if Vancouver's defense can get the stop. Down by 8. Really don't want to surrender any more points here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, we're not. It's not too late in the 4th yet, but LA could try to run the ball again, try to get into field goal range, or they could,
They do hand it off, and no yards gained. Met right at the line and brought down by Mike Coverson. Great tackle for no gain on the play. 4th down and 5, and what will they do here, Matt?
Looks like they're bringing out the punting unit.
And they are indeed. Punter Travis Warren standing back the 47-yard line.
The Lakers need a good kick here. Corner at he's corner.
Andy Hamilton standing back at the 10. We'll watch this bounce at the 10 and be downed at the 8. Looked like they downed it a little closer to the end zone, but they will spot it at the 8. And that is where Vancouver will regain possession of the ball. Hit his foot right there. That's why.
Hit him. So good spot by the refs for once. And Vancouver's got a long way to go. But like I said, you got Redford. You only need one score and a 2-point conversion. So no need to go nuts.
And I'm not even sure if they would do the 2-point conversion maybe try to get the ball back and get a field goal. Look at this. Robert Redford right on cue after your highlight reel, Matt. Gains 5 on the play. Buddy Blaze tackling fuel, Matt. Number 1 in the league with 47 tackles. He's number 1 in this ball game so far, too, with 8 tackles. 5 tackles for a loss is 6th. On pace with DJ Majesty's SFL leading 11.8 tackles per game last season. Play action. Tom Pepper going deep down the middle. Can he get his man? He can get his lady. Kendra Hall with the jumping catch to the 40-yard line.
Well, that was something. Hall just runs just more like a go route, and look at that catch. Oof. She's been a big play machine all night long, and
absolutely. 6 receptions, 144 yards, including that 46-yarder, the long of the day by either team.
Every time Pepper winds up, I get nervous, but when he goes to Hall, it seems to go well for him.
Pepper throws again into double coverage, and that one is also caught. 8-yard gain on the play, Matt. Tom Pepper leading the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns coming into the ball game. 8 picks on the season with a quarterback rating of 102. Currently 26 of 33, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, a couple of picks, and just shy of a triple-digit quarterback rating. Robert Redford met in the backfield, tackled for a loss, and that'll set up Vancouver with a 3rd down and 5.
Well, there's an off-tackle run that didn't work. This time the Lakers were all over it. Hacksaw. Oh. Where's the 2x4? Yes, 2x4s aren't legal in the SFL.
Yep, can't bring lumber out onto the field, Matt. It is actually in the rule book.
You can lay the lumber, just you can't bring the lumber.
You cannot bring the lumber. The lumber must be achieved. 3 wide receivers on 3rd down and 5, and they'll hand it off to Redford. And Redford's not going to be able to get more than a yard. 4th down and 4, Matt, inside 7 minutes with the clock rolling down by 8. Do you go for it?
Yes, they can't kick a field goal with their kicker. So you can't punt this ball. I mean, you can, obviously. I'm surprised. Well, Mike, we haven't seen anybody try to draw anyone off sides, which is interesting this entire game. That's got to be let's see how good this
SFL record.
Ooh,
that one will bounce down to the 1, sliding into the end zone. Big number 70 as momentum carried him back in there, and that ball will come back out to the 20-yard line. And it's up to the defense now to get the stop and try to mitigate the loss of time left on the clock.
Well, usually you're my boy, Blue, but not on that one. All they had to do was just let the ball stop. It would have stopped at the 1-yard line.
Right. Just walk up and put one finger on it.
Big boy Blue decided to take a slide at the water park, and he slid right into the end zone.
The slip and slide. Hey, that was a fun toy. Richardson in the gun. Hit as he throws the ball, and that one is incomplete. Gerald Giudice providing the pressure. 2nd down and 10 now from the 20.
LA needs to be careful. I mean, give it to Johnson, for goodness sakes. They don't want to give the ball right back to Vancouver. Here comes Vancouver sneaking up to the line.
4 wide receivers. That ball's handed off to Johnson. And Matt, this defense has come fired up on this drive. Mike Coverson flying into the backfield. A loss of 3. 3rd down and 13.
Coverson just obliterated that poor lineman and was in Johnson's lap before he could even get going. Almost got Richardson in the process. And, well, LA's not messing around. They're bringing in all the receivers.
Vancouver playing press once again, Matt. It wasn't working earlier in this game, and it worked. It doesn't work that time either, as the Lycans are able to move the chains. And that'll cost the Legion at least another 2 minutes off the clock. Chris Lee with another catch has been having quite a night.
Little skinny post and just outran the linebacker. I mean, that's just a huge mismatch.
Chris Lee just shy of 100 yards on the ball game. Two backs now in the backfield for the Lycans. Richardson hands that one off to Johnson. And another loss of 1 as the defense swarms once again. Gerald Giudice, another tackle for a loss. The Pacific Division, Matt, the Legion and the Lycans sitting up there at the top. Vancouver currently ahead of LA based on the strength of schedule. But LA currently ahead of Vancouver in points in this ball game, and that will decide who takes the number 1 spot in that Pacific Division heading into week 6. Quick pass over the middle is caught and good for a 1st down. Another good pitch and catch. Richardson to LZ Pryor.
Tick, tick, tick goes the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time there's a 1st down, it could cost them another couple minutes. And
now Vancouver just can't let LA score any points because
turns it any score turns it from a 1-possession game to a 2. Richardson will hand the ball off once again, and another nice run up the middle. 33 tackled by 33. Robert Johnson runs it up the middle. Dean Maddox with the tackle.
Yeah, and the running games really helped the Lycans in the second half. Once they started using it more heavily. Again, Richardson hasn't turned the ball over lately. Knock on plastic again. And hopefully, I was just give it to Johnson. The clock's ticking. Vancouver's playing way, now they're creeping up again, but I'd still looks like a favorable running position.
Johnson with 86 all-purpose yards between rushing and receiving. He's adding on to the total now as he gains just enough up the middle. 4-yard Gary will move the chains, and Matt, we're inside 4 minutes to go. Clock's still rolling. At what point, if you're Vancouver, do you start calling your timeouts?
I don't know, because if you call your timeouts now, it means you can't. If you score quick, you can still kick it and stop them. But we'll see what this next play has to offer, and then go from there.
Richardson hands the ball off again, met at the line, and only a gain of 1. Brought down by Josh Farnsey and Kevin Brackett, combining for the tackle. The clock will continue to roll. The Lycans will let as much clock tick away as they can.
And if LA chooses to be conservative with this, just run, then to save your timeouts, you're going to have one drive left with, I don't know what minute 40 to go. I don't know. That's not my strong point, Mike, as you do. Well,
Offset I formation. Richardson hands the ball off. Johnson carries up the middle. 3rd down and 4. Tomorrow on FDF, Week 5 on For the Fans Network brings one of the league's best rivalries to the big screen with Ramos and Matt's 3-1 Mexico City Aztecs and Mighty's 3-1 Florida Storm. Network-wide coverage begins with the conclusion of Lone Star and London. And later, bonus coverage. It's the newest rivalry out west, Portland and San Diego. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The SFL on For the Fans. The football season's only just beginning. 4 wide on 3rd down and 4. Richardson will bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll find out what happens on the other side of this break. An exciting conclusion to this game coming up, so stick around. See how it plays out. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this. And welcome back. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 4. Vancouver desperate for a stop here. Richardson hands the ball off. Blockers out in front. 1st down and more. And Vancouver will be forced to burn their first timeout, which will give us an opportunity to get an update from DC. What do you have for us, Cam?
Thanks, Mike. St. Green, St. Louis hanging around.
Yes, Cam, St. Louis trying to claw their way back into this game following an Amy Shalizzi field goal to make it 14-9. Zach Holdar with a big interception right here to get St. Louis inside the red zone. They're looking to take the lead in this game.
We'll be joining that DC game with St. Louis now inside the 5. We'll be joining that DC game at the conclusion of LA Vancouver. Back to Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith in LA.
Thank you, Cam. Pass swung out to Johnson, and he'll
got
get
out of bounds.
bounds. Yeah, he'll get out of bounds. Defense kind of carrying him off to the sideline, Matt.
At last play, the run for the first down, Vancouver was playing way off, too far off, and Johnson was real rested coming out of that 2-minute warning. So that was unfortunate for Vancouver that Johnson, had a little more gas in the tank, filled them up with some Gatorade.
Offset high formation now on 2nd down and 6. Matt, they're playing way off again when it's pretty obvious running situation. It looks like Robert Johnson's able to get the first down. Vancouver will burn their second timeout now, only 1 remaining, 1:44 to go. And the Lycans have the opportunity to burn away most of this clock.
Yeah, someone should tell Coach Hamilton he needs a 4-3 defense in his playbook because Johnson's ripping him apart. These obvious run situations. And, the advantage of playing a mostly pass defenses, when you're ahead, it's great. But with a team at the end of the game, you're down and you're trying to grind out the yards. And again, look at how far they're playing back.
Coming out in the victory formation now, Matt. It looks like they're just going to start kneeling this one away, make Vancouver burn their final timeout. They don't have quite enough to totally milk the whole clock down to 0, but in field goal range, Matt, and if they make that kick, it'll turn it into a 2-score ball game.
Right. They're just not going to risk a fumble or a pick. They know they got their field goal pretty much, it's very makeable. So, they're going water boy, Mike. How you like my new offense?
Kneel the ball down, 3rd down and 13 now, and Vancouver helplessly watching the clock tick away now. Next Saturday on the 11 Sports Network, Week 6 will begin on 11 Sports and the FTF Twitch channel with the Border War. Mexico City will host Lone Star in a Southern Division fight. Charleston and Jacksonville will clash later in an Atlantic Division matchup. Bonus coverage includes San Diego and Fort Worth and Florida Sioux Falls. Coverage will start at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The SFL on 11 Sports. Football season is just beginning as we approach Week 6. All right, so one final kneel down by LA, and still a minute on the clock, so they'll have to kick the field goal. Vancouver will get the ball back, but, Matt, one thing that we got to watch for on this field goal, we have seen this Vancouver special teams unit block one kick tonight. Can they do it again?
So one way to find out, that's this play.
This snap. So Rob Ems from the right hash. This one will be from 39 yards out. So it's not a gimme, but one that he should be able to make. Pressure coming up the middle, and they cannot get the block. The field goal is good, and it is a 2-score ball game. LA 32, Vancouver 21.
I think that kick had some more distance on it.
Yeah, that one could have gone for
just kind of hovering up there.
Quite a ways. Rob Ems has the ball teed up. Andy Hamilton takes it 5 yards deep, tries to bring this one out. And that one will only get to the 20-yard line. Coming up on the SFL post-game show, we'll send you to bonus coverage of the St. Louis DC game, and Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green will analyze today's games, plus what's coming up tonight in prime time. It's all coming up on the SFL post-game show. But first, one final drive by Vancouver. 18 seconds left to go. See if they can score really quick, try to get an onside kick. Tom Pepper pass over the middle. Pass number 33 is complete. They'll try to hurry back to the line, but the clock ticks down inside 10 seconds. And Tom Pepper, I think, is going to just, he'll be content to just let this one run out. And that will bring us to our final score. The Vancouver Legion 21, Los Angeles Lycans 32. LA comes away with the victory here at home. Matt, that wraps up tonight's game. Your final thoughts on this one?
I look how close it was. It was the turnovers from the Lycans that eventually, made the difference. If you take away 2 of those turnovers, it could have gone in the other direction. But generally, the team that wins the turnover battle wins the game. And also, LA got Robert Johnson going in the second half after those turnovers started to mount, and that really slowed the pace of the game down and kind of let the Lycans finish off the game.
Absolutely, Matt. The Los Angeles Lycans improved to 4-1 on the season. Vancouver, they will fall to 3-2. Next up for Los Angeles, they get back on the road. They'll head to Buffalo, New York to take on the Queen City Corsairs. For Vancouver, they finally return back home. They will host the Baltimore Vultures. Stay tuned for the bonus coverage in this one. St. Louis currently leading the DC Dragons 16-14 in the fourth quarter. First, we will have to see who the player of the game is in this one. Matt, do you have any thoughts on player of the game? Sully Richardson, 22 of 30, 255 yards. Or maybe Chris Lee, the rookie, 6 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Jack Flash had a couple of touchdowns.
I guess it's gonna be hard to see. I'm guessing it's Richardson, unless there's some defensive player I'm not thinking about. But
yeah, I mean,
it faltered a little bit in the second half. But you know what? At the end of the day, his team won, and he didn't make that one last fatal mistake that gave Vancouver the win. So, probably Richardson.
Yeah, it could be Richardson. My vote would be Chris Lee, though. 6 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Either him or tight end Jack Flash. Why don't we give the player of the game to a tight end? 5 catches, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. But without further ado, let's find out who's the player of the game. Sully Richardson. Matt, you win. It's always the quarterbacks. My goodness. 22 of 30, 256 yards, and 4 touchdown passes. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine, I am Mike Daggs. Thank you for joining us. We'll send it now to D.C. for the conclusion of St. Louis and D.C. Tyler Falk and Benji Matson, take it away.
Handoff, and he's going to lose yardage, and St. Louis will force a 4th down.
Big play in the trenches there. St. Louis expected Kevin Say to get the ball, and just like that, the Gladiators make a big play on a crucial 3rd down. I'm not going to measure that one. It is a true 4th and a yard here.
DC going to go for it here on 4th down, looks like on the 36-yard line. St. Louis sends the house, but it's going to be Synergy who takes the timeout. We want to welcome our friends from the 11 Sports Network as you guys watch a thrilling contest with LA taking down Vancouver. DC and St. Louis going here right now. St. Louis leading 16-14, just took the lead late in the 3rd quarter, and DC has been trying to drive here late. Looks like they may have to punt this football away here, Benji.
Yeah, really interesting spot on the field. They might not have the range in the kicking game to convert the field goal there, so they're going to bring out the punter. They're going to try and squeeze St. Louis down that goal line and put the Gladiators with their backs against that end zone.
Von Cleef will get his punt away to the near side. Ball's tracking to the corner. It's going to fall to the 5, to the 4, rolls to the 1, and excellent special teams work from the punting unit of DC to pin St. Louis deep.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect special teams play there on 4th down. You did what you had to do. You made the play. Gladiators come out 1st and 10 on your 1 on the goal line. haven't had great success running the ball with Kyle Martinez. So are they going to try to run here, or are they going to try something in the passing game to catch him off guard?
A run with Martinez on first down. He gets forward progress to about the 2-yard line, and that'll just be about that. St. Louis has kind of struggled a little bit here on offense, not seeing the numbers we usually see from them. Christian Brown only at about 150 yards on the game so far here, Benji.
Yeah, credit to the DC Dragons defense. Good coverage in the secondary, great defensive line play up front. They're making it really hard today for the Gladiators.
Brown, quick out route, far side is hauled in for a good pickup of 6 to the Eagle Mondavi.
Yeah, and that's a good play call there on the goal line. You're backed up. You want to at least make some room for your puncher there, but with the clock starting to become an issue, you don't want to have to punt from your end zone. You want to at very least pick up a couple first downs here if you can.
8 men in the box showing blitz. They'll back off. Only send 4. Brown under pressure dumps off to Martinez underneath, and Martinez has some room to run. Will get it all the way up to the 20-yard line, and more importantly, a first down for the Gladiators.
Oh man, I thought Christian Brown was going to go downfield with that one at the last minute. He was standing tall in that pocket. He was waiting, and we saw Kyle Martinez at the bottom of our screen wide open. But for a moment, I thought Christian Brown was going to go downfield. But he made the smart play there, dumped that ball off, and they're able to convert a huge first down. And St. Louis is going to want to string a couple more of these along. A 99-yard drive here for a score of any kind would be incredible. But at the very least, they want to get downfield a little bit. If they have to punt the ball, they don't want DC getting that ball with good field position.
Another veteran play from the rookie Christian Brown. No interceptions today, only 1 touchdown. Corner route near side is knocked away by a man we haven't seen called his name lately. John DeSantis knocks away another one.
St. Louis trying to sneakily go back to that corner route, and then they caught going back to the first half. Phil Koss on that big corner route. John DeSantis defended one of those earlier in the game too. So St. Louis almost kind of is just waiting to strike with that corner route, and DC sniffed that one out.
Christian Brown changing up the singles at the line here on second down. 3-4 look from DC, handoff Martinez, and he'll be wrapped up in the backfield by Benny Butcher again.
That one didn't have a chance. Looks like perhaps Clint Hendershot getting up off the ground there on that tackle, the veteran. That one just wasn't going to go anywhere. Clint Hendershot was going to make sure of that one. Great play by the veteran.
Good play there by Hendershot. Benny Butcher's made a couple of nice tackles, but it was Hendershot who came up with that one. Offset eye behind Brown on 3rd and 12. He'll go back to pass. Deep pass over the middle, and it's picked off. Christian Brown throws his first interception in 2 games, and that one goes to the Terrier, Jack Russell.
We have not called Jack Russell's name yet in this game. The veteran signing of Jack Russell by DC was a huge move in the offseason, and it pays off right here, right now, at home. The Terrier gets this ball back for Shabazz and this DC offense. Fantastic play by the veteran.
St. Louis sends 9 to the box here on first down. It'll be a quick dump off near side, but they're unable to link up with Josh Gill, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
DC's already on St. Louis' side of the field. First interception of the day by Christian Brown. They, in hindsight, they've been testing that middle of the field all day long, and it finally burns them. And so now, if you're DC, offense gets back on the field. You're getting close to field goal range. You got Kevin Say behind Shabazz Synergy there. Well, time is going to start to become a factor here. You want to melt some of this clock if you can.
6 DBs in the package for St. Louis. Out route, far side, hauled in by Banfield, and Banfield will pick up 4. He's down to the 35-yard line.
St. Louis just not able to react quick enough to that play on the out route. Jeff Banfield has had a great game today. A touchdown early in the first half to kind of set the pace for DC, and picks up another short gain there. A good gain for DC.
Synergy going to be all by himself on the gun with trips to his right. He's back to pass. Slants over the middle is knocked aside. Great defensive play there from Zach Holdorf. It brings up 4th down.
They're looking for Josh Gill, the first-round draft pick across the middle. We really have not called Josh Gill's name today. largely been held in check by the Gladiators, and they were looking at him there. Could not connect with Josh. Again, their first-round pick this season out of Washington, D.C.
Again, we'll see DC trot out the punting unit. Pin St. Louis at the 1 last time out. We'll see if they can do the same thing here. Van Cleef's punts away, angling to the corner again. Knocked down at the 7, rolls this time into the end zone for a touchback.
Nailing them on the goal line, 2 punts in a row would have been tremendous there. They're not able to capitalize on that play. Gladiators catch a huge break and now get the ball out at their 20-yard line.
So here comes St. Louis now. Had to punt the ball away. They threw an interception. It's rare to see Christian Brown throw an interception in this league, but he threw one last time out, and they'll give off to Cairo Martinez for a gain of 7.
Yep, Cairo Martinez been largely quiet today, approaching 50 yards now on the ground. I think about 20 carries. So it's just been tough sledding on the ground for the Gladiators today, that Dragon defense, especially that front line. Exodus, O'Brien, John Gary, Benny Butcher. They're playing great on that defensive line, really limiting what the Gladiators have been able to do on the ground.
Offside behind Brown here on 2nd down. He's back to pass, throws it near side, hauled in by Eagle Mondavi, but they're going to say he was out of bounds, and so that'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Big 3rd and 3 here coming up for sure for St. Louis. They want to maintain possession here, but the clock is now starting to become an issue. So draining 30 seconds off here by running the ball is an option on 3rd and 3, even if you don't get the first down.
Offset single back behind Brown on 3rd down. Be hand out Martinez up the middle, and Martinez is able to muscle his way for the first down.
And when you needed to have it, Cairo Martinez delivers there. Lunges forward for the first down. Still not the best game on the ground for Martinez, but here in the 4th quarter, game on the line, clock starting to become a factor. You know the Gladiators still feel comfortable turning around and handing the ball off to their halfback.
We'll bring up 1st down here for the Gladiators. Another offset single back for St. Louis. Hand up Martinez up the middle. They'll get about 2 and will be taken down. Tomorrow on For the Fans, Week 5 begins with one of the league's best rivalries to the big screen, with Ramos' 3-1 Mexico City Aztecs and Mighty's 3-1 Florida Storm. Network-wide coverage begins with the conclusion of Lone Star and London, and later bonus coverage is the newest rivalry out west, Portland and San Diego. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. The SFL on For the Fans football season is only just beginning. Brown's going to go back to pass here on 2nd down. He's not going to be able to get away from the pressure. He's taken down for a sack. DC Benji has really brought the house all game long. That time it's Cook with the sack.
Good pressure up front by the defensive line all game today. Christian Brown, we've talked about it on a couple occasions. He's standing tall in that pocket, really holding on to that ball. If you look at that replay again, they had Cairo Martinez in the flat wide open. They could have dumped that ball off, gained some positive yards on that play to keep the clock running. I mean, as it stands right now, 3rd and 14, you absolutely don't want to throw an interception right here. This is going to be a hard first down conversion.
3rd and long, only one true wide receiver in the formation. Back to passes, Brown has to roll out of it, throws over the middle and nearly right into the hands of Kanye Rockefeller, and he drops the surefire pick.
Kanye Rockefeller wants that one back. The 11-year veteran's got 44 interceptions in his career. That would have been number 45. And what a time to have number 45. Christian Brown fades to the left in the pocket there and slings that one. And Kanye Rockefeller has a chance to reel that one in. As it stands, though, they're going to get the ball back. So great stand on defense. But man, Kanye Rockefeller, that would have been a huge moment in this game for DC if he could have reeled that one in.
On 4th down, unsurprisingly, St. Louis is going to trot out the punting unit. We'll see Graham Northrup attempt another punt and attempt to switch field here for St. Louis. Rockefeller stands at about his 36 and able to take it all the way up to the 39-yard line. 2 punts in the last 2 drives here, Benji. They need points, and they need them in a hurry.
Yeah, the going back to the start of this second half, St. Louis's drives, 3 and out, a field goal. Well, I'm sorry, a 3 and out for DC, an interception, a 12 play, 40-yard drive, and then another 3 and out. So they're going to need about 40 yards here, maybe 50 yards to have a chance at a field goal at the gun.
Synergy back to pass here on first down. Pressure coming, and he's just able to get the ball away before Tom Dupstep wraps him down.
And we've called Todd Dupstep's name a couple times today. He's been putting good pressure on the quarterback from his defensive end spot. Just in large part, Gladiators have not been able to get to Shabazz Synergy to sack him, to force them into some long downs and distances, which has kind of helped the DC Dragons be able to convert so many first downs and have good success through the air.
We'll flip the formation for first down. Does DC. Quick underneath route is tipped up in the air, almost picked off by Drew Reilly.
Yeah, Drew Reilly would have had a chance to end this game real quick right there. Still makes a good play. The 5-year veteran, the cornerback out of Humboldt County, California. That's a good play on 2nd and 10 to set up the play of the day here, perhaps at 3rd and 10. What's DC going to do? They're going to put this ball in the air. Who are they looking for on this 3rd and 10?
Really has 5 interceptions on the season, good enough for 2nd in the league. Unable to hold that one in. 3rd down, trips far side. Synergy, deep ball far side, but it's knocked away. Good play from the cornerback, Peltier, and that'll send out the punting unit for DC.
Yeah, Freeman Peltier, we haven't been able to call his name very much, but he is rock solid in that cornerback spot. We haven't called his name today because they haven't gone to that side of the field many times today, but that was pass defense number 71 in his career. Just a stone wall over there on that side of the field for the Gladiators.
Once away, Elsie Mondavi will start the return at about the 20-yard line, able to sneak away from 1, nearly gets away from 2, and will get all the way down to the 35-yard line. Next Saturday on the 11 Sports Network and the For the Fans Switch channel begins with a border war between Mexico City and Lone Star in a Southern Division fight. Charleston and Jacksonville clash later in an Atlantic Division matchup. Bonus coverage includes San Diego, Fort Worth. I think I might have the wrong script. Instead, you'll see Lone Star, Mexico City, San Diego, Fort Worth, Charleston and Jacksonville, and one other game which I missed. Offset single back here for Brown, dumps it off to Martinez, and Martinez is met in the backfield by the Dragons, who swarm to the ball carrier and will take him down for a loss. And that'll bring us to the end of nearly regulation. 2 minutes left to go. St. Louis leading, trying to hold on. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Welcome back to DC. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Benji Matson. Glad you could join us here for the conclusion of this football game. Brown back to pass on 2nd down and has time, floats it far side to a wide open receiver, and it's caught and hauled into the 45-yard line. Guy Clausen gets his first reception of the ball game.
Great, bold, aggressive play call by the Gladiators here. Christian Brown looks the defense off, and at the last minute comes to the left side of the field to Guy Clausen, who gets loose up the side of the field for a massive first down. Guy Clausen, another rookie for this Gladiator squad out of Trenton, New Jersey, makes a huge play for the Gladiators when they need one.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the opposite side of midfield for St. Louis. Should just be able to run this ball out, you'd think, if they're able to control the clock. Instead, they'll go back to pass. Dump off underneath to Phil Koss, picks up 6. And DC will call their 2nd timeout.
Christian Brown's being careful now in the pocket. He knows he has to take care of this ball after throwing an interception on that previous drive. You've got to take care of the ball. That's the number one thing you have to do in this situation. I'm a little shocked they're not handing the ball off to Cairo Martinez, but those were high percentage pass plays that we saw in these last 2 downs. See what they do on 2nd and 4.
Handoff, Martinez up the middle, met immediately at the line of scrimmage, and maybe taken down for a loss of 1, and that will set up 3rd down.
And so much for running the ball with Kyle Martinez. DC just destroyed that one, able to take a timeout now. So this is the game right here for DC. They have to stop St. Louis on this 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, a very important 3rd and 5 for St. Louis. Brown's going to go back to pass on the 3rd down. Out routes wide open to the far side. And it's hauled in by Eagle Mondavi. And that should just about be that.
So St. Louis is going to
Great
wrap up
play
this
there
ball
by
game
Christian Brown.
and
We
remain
thought
one
they might
of
throw the
2
ball. That's kind of in the
undefeated
MO
teams in the
there in this
SFL.
last
5-0.
drive.
Their
And they
franchise
look- and they
best
find
start
Eagle
continues, and
Mondavi to
DC
pick up
falls
the
short
first down and
just
seal
again
this
when we come
St.
back.
Louis.
SFL postgame, and then we'll get you out to evening action. Atlanta, Jacksonville with that lead. This is the SFL on 11 Sports. Perfect. Well, I can see that Mike St. Green, sorry, I apologize for the technical difficulties, but Mike St. Green, Cameron Irvine with you here on the SFL postgame report. And Mike, a 16-14 win there for St. Louis to remain undefeated. Your thoughts?
Late in that game, one from Zach Holdorf. Colin Douglas had a couple interceptions in this game. They basically held DC scoreless in the second half and basically survived in advance. We're getting close to March Madness around here, so yeah, they basically survived in advance and put together enough offense to win the game.
Yes, they did, and happy to be back again. Apologize there for those technical difficulties, but St. Louis gets the win in D.C. Man, 3 straight weeks just ripped from the jaws of victory. Now 0-5. D.C. and Sioux Falls almost having identical seasons after 2 blowouts the first 2 weeks and then a close losses the last 3. The main game of the early block here, Los Angeles takes care of Vancouver 32-21. That somewhat surprising just in the way that game played out, because it was the defensive line of L.A. That really made the difference in the second half, not the offense.
Yeah, after both teams, kind of got off to good starts in the first half with, 20-14 at the half, things kind of slowed down. Yeah, Vancouver had a, early touchdown in the third quarter from Robert Redford, but then after that, it was all LA's defense. Andre Krim had a couple of big sacks, one for a safety. Moore Rivers had a sack early in that game and also, was harassing Tom Pepper for most of the second half. So credit to LA's defensive line and defense as a whole for winning the game. Buddy Blaze also had 10 huge tackles in this game. So, yeah, the LA defense really stepped up in the second half to make a difference in this game.
Coming up next, it is Atlanta and Jacksonville, a major rivalry, the 13th meeting all-time between those two. Vegas and Arizona, that is a budding rivalry in the West Division. Mike Irvine, the former Arizona OC, taking on his former team, also played tight end for them too, and owned the franchise, so that's going to be a huge one. But first, Atlanta-Jacksonville, Mike, what catches your eye about this matchup, a pair of 500 teams?
Yeah, basically what you say right there, Cam, that's what catches my eye. 2 500 teams, perennial, playoff teams, perennial championship contenders. Somebody's going to be below 500 at the end of the night.
Vegas, Arizona will kick off about 9:15 Eastern, 9:20 Eastern. Atlanta, Jacksonville getting underway after the break. This is the SFL on 11 Sports, and kickoff from Florida is coming up next.
11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Time over the beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida. We are downtown, just beside the river that runs through the heart of the city, right here at the Kings Lair Stadium in Central Florida for tonight's SFL nightcap between long-standing rivals and now conference rivals, the Jacksonville Kings and the Atlanta Swarm. Hello and a very warm welcome to the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. My name is Michael Truvillo. Joining me in the broadcast booth is Josh Zirkle. Josh, tonight, two teams with high offensive potential and an opportunity, a recipe, you might say, for a fantastic night of